10 seconds remaining. Team Archon's turn to ban. Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. Team Archon's turn to pick.
Vengeful spirit.
Radiant team pick.
Welcome back, everybody, to
10
game number 2 now
seconds
between
remaining.
Team Archon and EWolves. Well, we have
5
ourselves a
seconds
clown
remaining.
fiesta on our hands, or some really good, amazing North American versus South
Reserve
American
time.
Dota. Guess we'll find out together, huh, in game number 2, as we are going to be starting things off with Vengeful Spirit first pick for Team Archon. Mod packs. What do you reckon?
Well, I'm a little confused. So coming into this, it looks like we do have a stand-in. At least that's what I gathered from the lobby chat. That's not actually fluff, and so that has kind of mixed it up a bit here, because I was thinking EWolves, I was like, all right, well, the one thing they shouldn't ban here would be Enchantress, and then they did, and then I was just thinking to myself, well, now I'm envisioning like an early Chen, lots of aggression from Team Archon, but they don't have fluff. And maybe without fluff, they're not comfortable going with it, so they go back for like the more common Vengeful Spirit. That leads into the OD. Masoku now going to be on his Mirana to pair up with that in the mid lane, and then they answer back with the Bat Rider here. So currently, I'm feeling pretty good about EWolves opening again.
Yeah, where the hell is Fluff?
10
What
seconds
just
He just is
happened?
gone. I don't know.
I was like, I briefly saw that it was, they had like some sort of
Radiant
stand-in or
team
something.
ban.
Whitebeard said it was Susie. I don't know if it's
Yeah.
actually 747.
Yeah, I don't know either. Oh.
It's like so random.
Yeah, don't worry about it. It's only elimination game from here on out in
10
this series for
seconds
Team
remaining.
Archon. I know they didn't want to start.
5 seconds.
They weren't sure if they
remaining.
were going to be able to start at 21 because one of their people might be missing.
Reserve
That
time.
I'm guessing that was Fluff, and he was able to stick around for game 1. But then, I don't know. But
All right.
Girls, I believe it's Susie. Well, you know what? You would just want to call him Susie just because they said it's Susie. Whatever.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, I don't want to call someone Chan the whole.
It's Susie. It's Susie now, so this is on your reputation now. Susie, blame Whitebeard if it's not you, buddy.
Yeah, Susie, if you're listening and you just want to like tweet at us, like that's not me, call that asshole someone else, then we'll do it. But here we are.
All right. Well, what do we got here? So we still have the
Turn to
Abaddon possibility to come out here, pretty common up against the Mirana. One of those ways you can help them deal with that ridiculous debuff, especially when you already have the nice setup from the OD. Even the Bane is still left in the pool if they want to get really wild. And also the Abaddon will be a nice little snag up for Archon as well. Oh man, can you imagine EWolves grab it? Oh, that'd be so good. With the Vengeful Spirit already gone, that they'd have for themselves if against the Bat Rider. They could pick it up right here. Oh well. And who else are we missing? So yeah, I don't know if that's like they're just worried about like blinking in with a Bat Rider
10
and they
remaining.
don't feel like they're gonna be able to punish it. It's pretty random. Like I'm not too sure. Death Prophet, Zeus, and OD and Faceless Void are still left in the pool right now. Big ticket heroes.
This is their offlane Zeus, which I'm not particularly a fan of. I don't know, man.
Chen.
Okay, there's a Chen. All right, well that's
Radiant
perfect, man. You already have the
team
Zeus to help counter up against the Chen. You can even go a little bit crazy and get like a gyro here. Go like the OD mid, the Zeus, and that little offlane thing like you mentioned, but perhaps a little bit too risky with the Chen. Oh
Team
man,
Archon's
lots of nice
turn
AoE
to
control
pick.
here. EWolves looking solid.
Another hero that pairs up really well with the Mirana as well. The old Mirana Earthshaker combination. And could be a hero that sits with the Zeus
Radiant
in the
team
offlane.
back.
I'm just not a big fan of like running Zeus solo, so I'm not sure.
No, I think you're right. If that is what they're gonna do, that would be the case. Or Shaker chills up there, and then you're looking in towards like some sort of a solo safe lane. It could even be the OD down in the bot. Like that's
10
not
seconds
completely out of the
remaining.
picture here. If you think it's gonna be a weaker offlane, and then like pick
5
yourself up another
seconds
mid. But
remaining.
with the Juggernaut gone, that would have been kind of in like one of those ideal cores to send down there. Be like, you got healing ward, you'll be fine. After a
Reserve
couple levels,
time.
will come down if you really need something.
Last pick for Elite Wolf.
They have so much open right now. They could like do so many different. They could even go back to something crazy like a Core Mirana. Honestly, even though it's usually Masoku, they do have those options available. When you're looking at all this push coming in, I really do just like a gyrocopter. Honestly, I feel like that would be fine. It's either that or go.
I'd be
10
concerned they
seconds
have enough
remaining.
high ground push because we don't know what Team Archon's.
5 seconds remaining.
What about like a Nature's Prophet squeezed in here somehow?
Team Archon's
Go like
turn to
a safe lane
Radiant
Prophet
team
or something
pick.
for Van. And put like Smash on the Zeus, throw someone else on the OD. I'm not sure. I like that Brood Band though. That's pretty smart. That would have been really greasy. They would have nothing to deal with that. It's like Shaker, yeah, he's okay eventually.
All right, I like that because that's a good take hero that's good versus Juggernaut. Doesn't care as much about the Bat Rider, and he goes high ground. That is the one thing that you can definitely say about Bristleback is that he's a pretty decent high ground hero because he's got good physical damage and he's tanky as all hell.
Yeah, his right click is definitely underestimated. I think a lot of time people are considering drafts, so that makes a lot of sense. You get that Warpath up and going, you're just beating down on the towers, and there's nothing they can really do for you. And they have the Earthshaker, which is a great tool against the
5
Bat Rider.
seconds
Same thing with the
remaining.
Astral Imprisonment. Plenty of tools. You can even get those lovely timed,
Reserve
wrath
time.
of the Thunder God raining down upon the poor Bat Rider as he tries to blink in for that perfect initiation. So, been very good for them. Now they can just clean up some sort of a solid offlaner. Just go Tide. I don't know. It doesn't really fit. Well, it kind of fits if they have like the threat of the Ravage walking in. Maybe they could even go back for a mid if they wanted to do Bat Rider. Offlane probably not going to be this game though. He's just so much more solid in the mid it seems, and Monkeys is the one who plays it.
Okay, so I kind of like Tidehunter except for against Zeus. Oh,
I think the Abaddon's actually fine. I think you just go Abaddon offlane.
Yeah. Abaddon. Out of the pool.
Yeah, Beastmaster would have been really good.
Not sure if Abaddon offers you enough semi-carry potential.
Yeah, I feel like if you could like squeeze a Lycan or something in here where you do this kind of cheeky like half jungle, half lane presence Lycan, it would be the worst thing, but it would be very
What about
difficult.
LC? Bristleback?
Yeah, not bad. Forced positioning, obviously always going to be nice.
But then you're going into an OD and a Mirana arrow and
Fisher.
Man, that's not great either. And it's like every single hero that pops in my head is like, oh, it's good against this specifically, and then okay, Venomancer.
That's a really solid niche pick. That is something that we don't see pulled out too often, but that's going to be very good here.
Are you confident about this Venomancer?
I think so. It synergizes well with their lineup, with what they want to do. It offers a little bit of push that, kind of the same idea with the Lycan, where it allows you to kind of grab a foothold, it seems, where you're threatening at the tower, instead of having the wolves scouting and buffing up your teammates' damage. Instead, you're putting down a couple wards, providing vision around the team.
Holy.
it offers the synergy of the like the Tide Hunter holding onto the Ravage, you're holding onto the Poison Nova. And what are you? Oh my God! Oh, the Banana Dancer.
I mean that, and also I mean just the portrait. I swear to God, this looks like
God, it looks like
something
Predator.
out of Alien. Yeah, it's like Predator mixed with aliens.
Yeah,
It's got like the Predator jaw. Something about the top makes me think of aliens.
yeah, it's like it really does. It's like the chest burster. Ah, you know.
Except for it lays bananas. I can't believe this meme has made it into the Dota 2 video game. What the hell?
Yeah, Valve caved, man. They caved.
They really did. They were like, you know, some guy from accounting came in this big company meeting for Dota 2, had all these spreadsheets, and he was like, the bottom line is, guys, memes sell. And that's how Dota 2 made billions. Bananas, Mario.
Yeah, that was the tipping point right there. That was when you knew.
Yeah. Mario. What else is there? What other memes are there?
I mean, it all started. It was like Alpine Ursa happened, and then that was gutted, and then it was like, all right, we did it, guys. We have saved Dota. Like Dota will never be like that again. And now Alpine Ursa is so tame now. If someone came up with Alpine Ursa right now, I would be like, can I infuse it? Like, why can't I infuse it? They took away the particles. It used to glow, and there was a disco ball, and he looked like a gay cowboy. That's what happened. That's that came out today.
Dota 2. There's another pretty memey throw set.
The Drow, the cat ears one.
Yeah, I mean that was like, oh, we did it, and then the cat ears made it in, and it was just like, oh no, we didn't do it. Yeah, I think that's actually probably your best proof out there that Reddit is only a subset of the population, right?
Yeah.
Because Reddit had a goddamn, hissy fit about the Drone Ranger cat ears, but Valve was like, oh, Valve for a team that pays attention so much to Reddit, in that regard, they were just like, eh.
I mean, they knew where the money was
pretty
coming.
clear. The memes are selling, guys. We're not gonna pay attention to you.
The battle begins.
All right. We did. Oh man, that banana! It makes a little noise. It's like the Shadow Fiend taunt, where it's so confusing the first time you hear it.
The Shadow Fiend taunt. There's the other one.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's just like an original meme from Valve or what the hell that is, but.
All right, this noise that this thing makes. Who's just spamming it up here? This is like I was so confused.
Thriller zombie dance. I mean, I guess it's like the taunts to be a.
That's true. Sense. That one was pretty good.
Alright, so our aggro dual lane of Jo Juggernaut and Whitebeard Vengeful Spirit facing up against Masoku and Van. This is not a very fun lane, especially when you've already used your spin. As we know, the imprisonment into arrow combination is going to be quite deadly. But this does leave Moo solo against Bristleback, which he can do alright against. Still not a lane that's auto-won, that's for sure. He's gonna have to play it a bit careful.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he was thinking this was gonna happen either, because he doesn't have his stick up quite yet, so he needs to get that going like ASAP. Because he's already down to half.
Get the stick now. It's
yeah, that's the play. Like, honestly, eat that branch, man.
On a middle lane, monkeys chasing down.
That's just some casual monkeys play right there.
Yeah. There was definitely nothing gained from that.
He zoned him away from the wave at the very least.
Didn't he zone himself away from the wave at the same time? I guess he's gonna come back in. Good. What? Monkeys? Hello.
Uh-oh.
Right,
Oh no.
He's dead.
Oh, he's dead. Oh
yeah,
no.
He's very dead. Unless no, there's definitely enough stick charges in. Oh god, the Moo actually died first. Monkeys, evasive maneuvers.
All right, that was like the longest range I've ever seen.
Dire's
All
top tower
right.
is under attack.
There goes me feeling confident about Archon for game number 2 and 3 after watching that game 1. This is a very bad start for them. And EWO is going to be turned around on by Susie. Rotation catches the Bristleback and brings the lane back into the fold for the Venomancer.
Meant to have this.
All right, tactical feed to get more gold on the kill. Very standard play here in professional Dota 2. Never doubt them, of course. Moo, I'm sure, will be picking up that stick any second now. Up against a Zeus as well as a Bristleback. It is certainly the item of this game, but he'll buy his boots first. Whatever, man, I can't play Moo. He's like 7 whatever K. I'm sure he's almost 8K at this point, honestly. Guy's a monster. Maybe he's not a Veno player, though.
See, bad man. 8,000.
Oh, I know! My god. In all CK, people keep picking Spectre against him, so he picks CK and just like tells his team to run. It's ridiculous. Like you see him in your game, you're like, oh well, I'll just pick Spectre so he can't play him, and then he just dumpsters you.
What an obnoxious guy he is to face up against in a pub. Not like I'm not talking like behavior. I'm just saying like he's so good.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So technically proficient with those carries. Moo's gonna die. Maybe not actually. He had a lot of stick charges left, and EWO was only adding to that with all his viscous nasal goo. Now they're actually going to turn it around onto Mystico, it looks like. He's still got the Q, does land it. Mystico's going to be caught, TP out. Do they have the damage to blow him up? They do not, so he lives. Meanwhile,
Close.
bottom lane. Oh. Is this a loss? Yeah, this is definitely a loss. Jo is not farming nearly as well as Van.
Yeah, like he hasn't died, so you can call that a little bit of a win here, but the threat of the lift into the arrow, it's just too much, because like Whitebeard can't do anything because he's going to be the main target, you know? Like, if he walks too forward trying to actually help out Jo whatsoever, they're just going to be like, okay, you do not have match immunity spin.
Dire's middle
Just turn
tower
onto him.
is under attack.
Archon are doing a pretty good job of controlling up the runes, at least, which is being the Zeus from being able to handedly win mid, because he's still winning in CS. Monkeys Forever is just playing so damn aggressively, and he ended up losing his life earlier. That was obviously really bad. That he's just not getting any CS. 15-1. That's pretty bad for 4.5 minutes.
Yeah, they also they don't have any sort of stacks as well for the Batrider, so he doesn't really have anything to go back to. The mid lane's like kind of a wash for both sides.
Who gonna die again? Yeah, they've got him. Smash. Lightning bolt. Yeah. Early rotation from the Zeus pre-level 6 is really not what you're expecting, but it does net him the kill as well as the arcane boots. They're gonna try and go on Mystico in mid lane.
We got an arrow pot too. It's been forced out.
Go hits the enchant totem, turns around for some damage out of the Fisher, but will end up dying.
Man, they are falling really far behind. Juggernaut's the poorest on his team at the current moment. Just cannot get anything going. So if Archon actually, start to try and achieve any sort of objectives, it's going to be so far from now. What are you even going to do?
It is about time that they rotate Venomancer out of lane.
Yeah. You just head bot.
Yeah, need level 6.
How do Plague Wars interact with OD? You wouldn't be able to do anything to them, right? It would just be your base right click?
Yeah, just
like the...
Invisibility.
So that should be decent. Like 3 points in the wards. They're pretty tanky, pretty hard to take down, but at the same time, he'd probably just be food for Van. Like Van getting the proper positioning on top of him, he might just be dead.
Apologies for the camera work right now. We do have a fight up here in the top lane. Mystico and Smash. Oh, double spin. This is going to be great for Jo. He'll pick up at least 1 kill. It's a very critical one on the Zeus, and it looks like they're also maybe thinking about a dive.
This is risky.
Hero is all hell of a dive. They're going to go for it anyway. He's going to try and put himself into the trees here to get out.
Oh, no!
He turns it around, getting some damage out. Still has plenty of wand charges. And now they do have the stun coming out from Mystico. EWO does end up dying there. And the wand charges were not going to be enough. Mystico may still be run down by Whitebeard. Yeah, he gets the kill there. Masoku might be able to turn things around. They actually get the Venomancer ult out, and it hits Van on full, but they've already killed the Venomancer, and looks like Whitebeard should be dying. He's just going to be able to buy a lot of time, though. I don't think he's really going to be able to get anywhere, but he can force them to, get the stun! He's on Van, but he will die to the tier 2 tower. And he does go down 5-5, but that felt good for Archon. Anyway, apologies for anyone watching the YouTube VOD. We ran out of space, so recording died. Fresh recording now. Lost
Oh, how exciting.
20 seconds were nothing.
All right, well, that's, yeah, I mean, that's always scary, right? You're going to be diving the Bristleback, but they come out, they managed to get some kills, you were behind, so you're going to be okay with those kind of trades. Mid lane, though, Fisher right into the lip, that's a nice little ditty there. Leave. Dead.
Not even close. Well, there goes that Blink Dagger. He was picking it up, too, with Zeus leaving lane and rotating around. Batrider was getting a good amount of CS, but it's too much anymore. It seems like Archon are like forcing rotations in a weird way. They're kind of forcing rotations, which is allowing some of their other heroes to come back. Like Batrider didn't have great CS, Zeus rotated out of lane. Suddenly he was getting great CS. Same goes with the bottom lane, where now Juggernaut's finally getting some farm, but it's like EWolves are still moving around enough to be able to keep everyone down instead of everyone coming back, as you can see the Venomancer dying in the top lane.
Yeah, they've been doing a lot of good work using the Thunder God's Wrath as well. Like, it's another good fight they're going to take. Helps with the overall vision, of course, that damage, just to make sure you can get the kill. And if that's the offlane, you know, he's not just some Venomancer support or something like that. So, pleased with that. Van's just like farming jungle. He's already got his drums up to the top of the net worth. Look where he's sitting. He's just like OD. There's no threat from a Blink Dagger yet. Chen hasn't gotten any sort of momentum really rolling on like the other side of the map, but
well, he definitely can. He can kill EWO. The question is whether or not he's going to die in return. Has to stay out of range here, but Smash is going to come in with the lightning bolt. He knows he has to dodge this, but it's not going to be enough. He's surrounded by too many heroes. EWO does live, just ever so barely, but he lives.
Yeah, he didn't go for the lane break play. Thought he was going to chuck it out there, but obviously not having the vision. 7 stacks, so definitely would have been the kill, even if it is level 1. All right, so
tier 1 at bottom lane. It looks like they're going to try and take the
middle tower is under attack.
yeah, this is good. They're starting to get that Chen going, but I feel like the thing that really brings us together is that Blink Dagger. You get a pick, and then you do these objective pushes because you just feel so confident with the numbers and coming. Did they have any vision there? It doesn't look like they did. Oh, but now they're gonna know.
That Shadow leading the ways. No opportunity for an arrow, but they'll throw out the Fisher. Maybe Whitebeard a bit low. EWolves are blocking each other too much, though. Smash is getting a lot of damage out with these constant art lightning procs. Moo, he knew Moo wasn't quite low enough for the ultimate to be able to finish him off, so he cancels that one.
Double damage.
Yeah, really good positioning from Archon, actually. Like, they didn't panic back and lose somebody because of it. You know, they grouped around the sentry ward, used it to their advantage just to make sure that they weren't going to lose anybody. And so now with the Moonlight Shadow down, which will be a really long time, obviously being a support, it's going to be a while before he's anywhere near level 11 or 16 for that matter. So a little bit more space for Monkeys, get that Blink Dagger up, and then try and make these push plays. But looks like there'll be a smoke here from EWolves. Try and put this OD to good use.
I think what Archon should be doing, right? If they like, should they be 5-manning anywhere? Should they be trying to use this Venomancer's? Oh Jesus, Whitebeard still dies.
I think they need like drums on the jug and mech on the Chen, and then start this 5-man. And you need the Blink Dagger on your Batrider. Like, they're so close to all these items they need, but they don't quite have them. So at this point, it's going to be hard for them to get these items because EWolves should be, just like they did, like grouping up and pushing into objectives themselves. Like, yeah, you don't have the Chen on your lineup or anything, but I'm sure they know they have a big lead in terms of items right now, just looking at the fact they had a 8-minute drums on an OD.
Tower is under attack.
This is a Rod of Atos game.
Yeah, that or Force Staff. I think Force Staff would also be really good this game. Just up against the Chen, like you're getting netted, getting set up for stuff, trying to dodge the slows coming up from Moo as well as the Poison Nova too.
Yeah.
But with the early drums, you can honestly just go straight BKB too.
Vanguard pickup for Ewo. This kind of game makes sense. Chen as well as Plague Wards from the Venomancer. All kind of tough to handle. They do have the Veil now for the Zeus. Early they'll pick up no Ether Lens first, and I'll like this. With how much fighting has been going on, the potential push of these Chen creeps, I think the Veil offers you better ground to stand on, I think.
Yeah, like getting in range, it's really not that much of an issue, honestly, at a point like this. Like, they're going to be running into you and just throwing that on top to help out everybody else, whether it just be the Fishers, the Starstorm even. Everything's going to be buffed up a little bit, but this is a really good pick from Archon. Getting to the Roshan pit, like, they haven't got any of those items that we talked about. Like, they don't quite have the mech, they don't quite have the drums, but finding this opportunity, I don't know, though. It's going to be weird. They don't have the Bristle back, they don't have the Batrunner.
Jump in. They're going to pop move right away. Make sure there is no big time ultimate here. And that will be the Roshan defended. Archon are not going to be able to complete it. I thought maybe with the Juggernaut damage plus the Eventual Spirit, they might be able to make the full commitment. But they just pop move so damn quickly with that Fisher into Arrow combination. Funny thing is, I thought it was a pretty good time for them to do it with the OD ultimate down. They knew that too, but
well, they didn't have detection on the side of Archon, but luckily they actually, EWolves did obviously use the Moonlight Shadow right there. So now, with them not contesting the Roshan pit, having the Blink Dagger, the smoke up, they can look for a pick off and try this once more in that ward. Gonna make them feel pretty safe here on the side of EWolves. Batrider's not leading. Okay, here we go.
Yeah,
this is the play.
The Batrider lead so they can get off a good initiation. They can't just lead this be a one pick off of the arrow turn around onto Jayo. Maybe they can pop Jayo. No, he gets off the one charge now. The Omni Slash gets laid out. They will be able to take out at least two here from Elite Wolves, or at least imagine. But Ewo, he's on the front lines. All these heroes are so low. The healing ward is not going to make up for the damage. Jayo's definitely going down here first, and Ewo might be able to catch up more. Meanwhile, the Earthshaker farther down does die, and Ewo's going to be surrounded by 4 now. He's going to get a lot of damage out, but it's just not going to be good enough. He's controlled on 2 heavily till the OD comes in for the side, pops 1, takes 2, and a 3rd perhaps. Masoku, he's hanging out here with Van. They might still be able to make this some sort of fight, as Moo's going to try and chase him down. The blink is up and gets away.
Nice.
That is a 1 fight, I think, for Elite Wolves, simply because that was a smoke emitter there for Archon.
Yeah, that's huge. Man, really interesting that Van went for the Blink Dagger. So, same idea behind the Force Staff, but it's risky up against the Venomancer because obviously you have to be dodging Plague Wards, like he's so good at canceling them. But just having that range that allow you to help counter up against the Batrider is going to be huge. Being able to throw him up in the Astral, like he got on the Smash that time, but you could see how ineffective it was because, Smash still gets dragged way back into the side of Archon into a pit of fire. So they'll head in here with the Blink Dagger. Poison Nova won't be up. All their tools down.
Spin. Oh, quick imprisonment. Up that combination for sure. They'd already thrown the arrow at Roshan, so there is no follow-up. This is not an ideal place to be fighting Archon. That's why Monkey's, I think, trying to make the initiation there. If he could drag someone back and force them into fighting under this ramp, that is so ideal for Archon. They have so many different ways for that, both the high ground and that small area where Elite Wolves would kind of be funneled in. That would work out pretty well for them.
And with the sentry like just barely missing right on that observer, they probably think there isn't one, but man, this is weird position coming out from EWolves. Like they use the Moonlight, but they don't try and go high ground, which turns out to be the right call, but just running into the pit, like I don't know if they're just trying to bait them in.
Arrow, Fisher, arrow doesn't hit. But that Veil is moved so low that Archon may not be able to stick around, but it's Elite Wolves who are going to back out first.
Oh, Monkey's going in.
Does find the initiation on it. Ewo doesn't quite get him up onto the cliff, unfortunately. Arrow keeps some of those supports back from being able to continue their initiation. If he brought him up on the cliff, that'd be a huge win, but unfortunately, that wasn't quite enough. They really need that Blink Dagger, or sorry, the Force Staff on Monkeys. Van's gonna come in. They have the Fisher. Arrow combination as well. It's gonna be soaked up by Jayo with that spin. Nicely played. That will get them out of dodge. That was close.
Alright. We fall into another weird game. Like these two teams just up against each other. I don't know what it is with these guys, but again, like this chat has been sitting on this recipe for the mech for I don't even know how long now. It feels like 5 straight minutes where he's been so close, but everyone just grouped up. Like, it's so tense right now. You're looking for the lasso initiation, you're looking for this arrow to set it all off, and at some point, it's just gonna break. They're missing the Juggernaut.
Lands on Moo. They're gonna be able to make the commitment here. Looks like they're gonna try and pop Moo. Oh no, the ultimate! They missed it entirely! Archon. Oh, that was so bad. Now that's double ultimates down, nothing gained. They still lose their Venomancer. EWolves got everything they could have asked for and are gonna try going for Roshan. It's still a hard hero to go up against. Monkeys Forever gets the quick pick off there on Masoku. Very nicely played, but is he actually gonna be able to get out? Doesn't look like it. And now, it seems like EWolves will gladly take themselves a Roshan. Jo is split pushing away, but this is not going to get him back into the game anytime soon. That tier 1 tower still does not give him a Battle Fury. Whitebeard dropping low. Looks like they're to try and make their initiation. They've already slowed down with the wards, but they can't quite keep up. So it's back over to the Roshan pit, where Roshan is low. EWolves, their split focus of theirs may just get them totally screwed. Swap back in. Oh, no, the Aegis is still snatched there by Van. He was dropping lower and lower. He will end up going down, but that's going to be 1 for 1, perhaps 2 for 1. Spin going down. Van finally dies, loses that Aegis, but everyone's so damn low, and Smash right in the middle of everything. They do have a vision, though. Smash dropping lower and lower, can't get the critical out. Jail's trapped in no man's land, and Moo is too. He'll die to Van. That's going to be a buyback out there from the Vengeful Spirit as they start going for it. They know they cannot afford to just let this lie. They need to be able to kill these heroes. It looks like they'll be able to get them too. Van as well as Smash go down, and Masoku's going to be run down by Monkeys Forever. Doesn't look like he has a way out of this. Flame Break coming up. The buyback is worth it there from Whitebeard, but boy, they ended up getting Roshan. They got the Aegis close as all hell. But EWolves do manage to stave off total disaster and make it, I'm not sure what kind of fight, to be honest. The fight recap's not going to get everything. I think EWolves as a whole came out slightly ahead, but it's hard to say.
Yeah, it's hard to tell when you're factoring in all the gold you're getting from the Roshan, of course, but man, Mystico, he was so close to making that a definite win for EWolves, like running in there, had the Echo Slam already in the cover of Moonlight Shadow, but his sentry placements have been doing a great job. There was still one active on the high ground as well, plus this one down by the Roshan pit, so he ends up getting caught up on the Omni Slash completely unexpectedly. Thought he was just going to get a free little Echo Slam to finish him off. And that pretty much was the end of it, honestly, right there. They were able to easily clean up the Zeus and the OD afterwards, so Archon probably... Maybe in the end it does favor them simply because of how far, like, they were starting to slip behind, you know? The OD was getting a little bit out of control, and we'll start seeing that net worth come a little bit back down, and now finally the game can move on, right? At least Roshan's dead, honestly. Like, no one has the Aegis, but can we, like, go somewhere else now?
Yeah, we've, I mean, one of the biggest wins was that Jo got so much farming time out of that. Like, he was just, like, happy, content, pushing away at the top lane. Like, eventually he TP'd in and was part of the fight and everything, ended up dying, but at least he got almost that Battle Fury. He just needs the big Claymore to finish things up. But he will have that before the 22 or 23 minute marker. And that can hopefully speed up his farm enough that he can catch up to the OD. But speaking of him, Van's going to be working towards a BKB quite soon. Ewo kind of caught out here, but he's really hard to kill. Plus he is an Arcane Rune. That is a recipe for disaster. 2.1 second cooldown on Quill Spray. I can't imagine anything that's scarier at 20-minute marker.
Yeah, that's like a fight-winning rune right now, honestly. Like, usually you're so used to it being like Brewmasters and Death Prophets using this thing up to the best possible advantage, but a Bristleback isn't one you'd usually suspect. And it's all, you know, it's already a half duration, but honestly, you really can't fight into that right now. Like, if they could actually force a 5-on-5 right now, I'm sure EWolves would be extremely pleased.
Defiance complete for the Bristleback. That is a significant upgrade ever since the change where you have that shell. 325 barrier now included, but no sense in fighting until they have BKB.
No, it's definitely the pickup here for Van. He's getting really close. So Blink Dagger BKB, and now the game kind of comes down to what Whitebeard is going to be doing, as well as Mystico, because you're going to be looking for the lasso on top of the OD. There's no question he's the big target. And our Force Staff, it's up and ready. So if you can get, like, Blink honestly, like, the play is lasso, 4-step, and maybe even a swap further back. The question is, if he's able to astral himself from Van, that's when you're in trouble. You know, he gets himself astral off at the end of that lasso. Suddenly, Ewo comes running in. You get followed up by a Moonlight Shadow. There's arrows flying left, right, and center, all into the static field of the Zeus. It's still a very dangerous game for Archon, even though they definitely have the superior initiation and like these actual positioning tools.
Whoa. Actually going to have a Crimson Guard before the next fight with this Giant Ancient stack.
Yeah.
Crimson Guard, Footer Defiance, KB. It seems like the next fight really cannot be lost by EWolves. All these big team fight items being picked up.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
And Van has already burned through all of his drum charges. He has one left. That's crazy. That's just how aggressive this game has been.
Yeah. Yeah, I would much rather see a carry who's almost out of drum charges by 25 minutes than one that still has all his drum charges by 30 minutes. What a crazy game it's been, though.
Oh, what a great Thunder God's Wrath.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, they weren't even under vision or anything. That was just nicely played. Obviously, you know, you don't see anyone around the map. You have pretty good vision into these nice little deeper pockets, so...
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Are they not going to try and contest, though?
Gonna sit back, play it safe at top lane, it seems, and not try and contest that tier 2 at bottom. That
Radiant's bottom tower
seems like the death trap at this point.
Shadows.
Oh, monkeys. No, he saw Ewo. He was visible.
And a ward being laid out. They will make their initiation on Amisko. They're going to try and pop him first with the missile and everything else, and they will be successful in that regard. They also get out the ultimate onto Ewo. Now, he's still safe to play on the front lines, unless he tanks too much of the Omni Slash. Now, Jail's going to come in on the front lines, starts clearing through some of those creeps with the spin. Van is going to pop his BKB and try and turn things around. Looks like everyone's way too healthy, especially with a buyback there at Mystico. They just need to fully get out. The Chen creeps are slowing things down. Hellbear Smashers doing their work.
They could re-engage. They have Omni.
Yeah, they're going to re-engage with the Sticky Napalm stacking up on Ewo. Looks like they'll be able to get a kill. Prism goes down. Jo still has his Omni Slash if he wants to try and commit here, but they can't lose him. No, he goes down. Ewo's still alive in the side. Looks like Monkeys will be able to get that kill, but still, they lost their carry Juggernaut with the Battle Fury. And seems like turning was not the play there for Archon. Yeah, there's no way EWolves were far up enough in net worth to make that exchange worth it.
No, like you saw the moment, like there was definitely the opportunity with the Omni Slash, but I think he understood that if he went for it and he got sucked further back in the team, he was definitely going to die. But at that point, you had to commit, and it looked like it was going to be a good turnaround option, but nicely played there. The buyback, obviously, from the Earthshaker playing a really big part in that fight and getting off the... I don't actually think his Echo Slam ended up mattering, but it was mostly the Fisher just to slow him down for the Eclipse there for Van, who's now level 16 with a 9-second BKB for the next fight.
He's pulling Mystico back as much as possible, abusing that turn right. See that? That was some Batrider play right there. He knew, especially with Earthshaker having not only a bad turn rate, but also really bad animation. It's so hard to actually land the Fisher on somebody when they're playing.
Oh, Whitebeard?
Oh,
what is happening?
I can't believe he almost got that. He could almost like could have made like a swap play on Masoku and gone back for the kill on Van, but fortunately that's not going to happen, and Van will survive.
Hated, I'm sure. I'm just there, like I was totally in control. Everything's fine, guys. But he has gained a significant amount of net worth with the blink, with the BKB. I just assume Scythe, honestly, at this point would be the item.
They already have the blink.
Yeah.
Aether Lens now up for the Batrider, so he can play a lot farther back with both the Sticky Napalm, Flame Break, plus it makes initiation a lot easier with Flaming.
Yeah, it's like the training wheels. It is really good too. That's the nerf factor of Lasso. It's just like Vengeful Spirit swap. Like, if the factor that got nerfed was the range, there's a good reason for it. So picking up the Aether Lens is generally going to be a good idea on the hero. And Monkeys, he's played really well in the bat. Like, yeah, he gets a lot of flack for his Invoker play, not so much lately, doing a better job. But Batrider definitely one of the heroes that he's more comfortable on. He's performed better on in the past, so he kind of showed it, like in that last fight, like getting it on top of M-God, forcing out the buyback, pretty big part of the play. And as long as he can continue to get like one good lasso, they're going to be taking maybe not totally advantageous fights, but you're going to be guaranteeing essentially even Stevens coming out of them.
Monkeys is playing with a haste rune right now. Now, fortunately, there is nothing there from EWolves to truly catch him. And just haste himself out of this.
I wonder what EO buys next. Well, assuming pipe, but from there, is it like Octarine Core or something?
It'd be like yeah, I think
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Like once you have both forms of reduction, physical reduction and Crimson Guard plus the pipe from magic, just got a raw HP it, right? And
yeah, like I don't like SNY really as much anymore. Like I like the Octarine better.
The old item, of course, would have been hard, but Octarine being added to the game is not as much HP, but feels like total effective HP is going to be much higher for Bristleback. You include that spell steal.
Yeah, like no question, I think. Just because if the Chen creeps are nearby, you're throwing out your quill sprays, you're getting HP stolen back from every single one of those, and you're slapping on top of people.
They're trying to kill you, but you're having back turned to them, so you're popping quills. That's just healing you up. Bristleback is such a hard hero to deal with in CS that Octarine. Didn't they up the... Wasn't it like a couple patches ago or something that they upped the max? They upped it like 400 to 450 or something.
For the...
Spray?
Well, spray? Oh, I don't know. Might have been that.
Archon is up. Time for another potentially clowny fight, or maybe Archon can take it really quickly.
They have the vision. They know this is happening. Not gonna be fast enough, that's for sure.
Yeah, the OD is just too far away. Blind Shadow goes out. He was going to try and make himself a target. Archon, they're not going to engage into him specifically. They're going to go over the back lines. Mystico's already being brought back away from that team fight as a whole. The healing ward is down, and Smash has already done a lot of damage, but now he gets swapped back into a bad position. Will be taken out by a Roshan.
Roshan
clashes with Archon and EWolves at the same time, gets a big bash down. And now Moo, oh, he's going to be chased down by EWolves. There's not much he can really do about this one, it seems, as Monkeys Forever tries, oh, no, now Arrow goes down onto Roshan instead. EWolves dropping lower and lower as this poison is doing its work. Moo, maybe you should just fight it out with EWO because he's going to go down to the send back, turn around, EWO goes down, and Monkeys Forever claims the kill, plus they get the Venomancer out of that fight. What the hell is happening on this backline? Whitebeard is waiting for someone to initiate from EWolves, but they really should not. Archon has very much claimed Roshan by now.
Man, Roshan played a big part in this fight. From the denial to Zeus, the bashing up that TP there from Moo. I suppose the arrow probably would have caught him had he not. And then, of course, then Roshan tanks the arrow, so it's been pretty clowny. And, well, then he gets a Mystic Staff, but it's going to be a Shiva's Guard. I guess maybe feeling like they need a bit more to help clear out the Chen creep, just the general AoE nukage, a little bit of slow, help the Bristleback catch up with everyone because they don't really have the items. Like, there's no Force Staff for them right now for, like, helping position the Bristleback, which you'll see sometimes, just to make sure he can, like, always stay up in your face. It's, like, a pretty big part of the hero, obviously. So Shiva's Guard could at least help with that. But I really like Scythe, honestly. Like, if you burst down Moo, or when Monkeys blinks in as well for the lasso, it's definitely an interesting choice.
Oh no, the imprisonment. Some caught. Monkey's gonna be dying here. Thought it
that
had
works.
a quick pick off on Smash, but Wolves were there in full.
Oh, they get a haste turn too. Do they have any vision to actually? No, they don't have any vision to take advantage of it, unfortunately.
I'll take that as tribute.
All right, well, so the Aegis, it's sitting up on top of our Juggernaut here, so... Jay, he's farming away. He's almost at level 16, third point in the Omni Slash. Gonna be a pretty big deal, but they're ready to go here. EWolves trucking down that mid lane. EWolves still not quite up to pipe status, so Moo, he's still at least able to contribute here. And he is getting closer to his Agnums. This one for free, though.
Dire's middle tower has
Do you
fallen.
continue to push uphill? I don't know about this one. This feels a bit dangerous for a
They have no vision. This is what they see.
Yeah, they're going to be fighting into an Aegis on Juggernaut. with the Veil recently picked up by Moon. Nice intercept there from.
I think maybe they're okay with that because there's zero catch on Archon. There's basically the swap, and well, with the Aether Lens, like the range is pretty huge. So had there been, let's say, like an Observer Ward down here for the side of Archon, maybe would have made the difference. I'm not sure if they checked with the Zeus, and that might have been why they felt that comfortable.
Nothing like the old spamming imprisonment. Use self-imprisoned. Monkeys Forever, he knows this is the opportunity. He knows they're naturally gonna like break apart after that kind of like awkward.
Oh yeah.
Try and go for a kill. Tries to search for a quick grab on. Find it. Manta style now complete for Jo. Plus he's level 16. Big upgrade on that.
They still have nothing to do with Van. Like 10, 1, and 6. Oh, the smoke misses on Van. Oh, that's sad. And Evo. Oh man, that was like a 2K smoke right there. Come on now, guys. Like usually I've just played double smokes lately. It definitely wasn't. I don't think they were like right next to each other. But oh well, it's fine. I'll push up mid. Maybe Thunder God's Wrath can spot him out.
They're gonna catch Whitebeard. That's not a real high priority kill. Monkeys Forever. Trying to save him, but ultimately just cheering his staff all the more.
And oh, they have all the creep too. This is huge. Like swap is a massive part of their high ground defense. It's probably the most important ultimate they have besides like Poison Nova, honestly. Like better than Lasso at this rate.
And it's got to be
has
so
the aura
to play Chen versus.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
I've always said.
All right, so the Veil is out, countered out by the pipe right now. Who's gonna wait out the pipe before I think he makes his jump? He's obviously gonna need monkeys.
Dire's middle
Be the initiator. They take the tier 3 tower, but Jao's gonna take a tier 3 of his own in return. So this seems to be favorable for Archon.
Radiant's bottom barracks are
Alright, one of my biggest gripes lately has been, guys, there's so much Vengeful Spirit, right? There's a big issue with the aura. When you're a team like this, like Masoko just killed the Vengeful Spirit, right? That arrow, it shows up on the bottom left, you understand who killed it, and he sits with his whole team and all the creep wave while you push that tower. And you reduce every single unit in that AoE by 20% damage for a right-clicking Mirana who does 89 damage. Like, teams need to get a grip on that because that's huge. Like, if like people go to the effort to find an Alpha Wolf to bring it to your team to do the damage plus, so like, you know, kick Masoko out of the side here, man. Get a grip, guys. There. Like, look at your debuff. Understand heroes.
This is where Modpax's stat and math background really comes into play here. He's just like, this is not efficient whatsoever. You're triggering me.
Well, it's like so. Like, it's not exactly a difficult calculation here, guys. like, people are, like, dropping their friggin' magic wands to bottle one charge, and Masoko won't take, like, 600 units back to make sure 80 people here who are, like, swarming the mid lane don't get minus 20% damage. I got issues, man. I got issues with that.
Spoil that shot.
5 minutes in, 4-20. Game is certainly a close one. Kind of what we expected out of this series, more so than what game number 1 was. EWolves, do you think they're running out of time in a way, or do you think they have a longevity? Because I personally feel like they were more time-based. I think they really needed to push high ground before the Ags was up on the Venomancer and the Juggernaut got too big. Because in my mind, Venomancer does not drop off that keenly as you start going like 45 minutes into the late game. So for me, I like kind of lineup should have conquered high ground by now.
Yeah, it's kind of like one of the series with like Navi and Vega earlier. It was kind of the same idea from earlier today. So Van, he's got move up here. Does he have any backup though? Or Shaker's coming?
When it goes down, Van is pops the BKB and will be able to right click him down. Monkeys Forever though. I don't know why EWolves think this is a good opportunity to push down bottom lane, because very clearly Archon to make their initiation and see if somebody's going to get picked off. Deep away there from Masoko. Jo attaches himself to the creep wave, blinks to the back line, hoping to be able to still go on somebody else. The healing ward is taken out, and I think that's okay for EWolves now. That healing ward. I'm not sure if Archon can fight this any longer. They're still trying. Whitebeard's coming in from the side, but Smash has now jumped forward, seeing how low Jo is. They will have to get him out. Monkey's forever blinking himself and force staffing away. Is still going to almost be caught by Smash. Holy cow. Whitebeard is going to slow him down. Whitebeard, I'm not sure if this is really the position you want to take, though.
Tower is under attack.
Seems like that tier 2 push is still going to work out. In part because the Omni Slash wasn't great, but also because they grabbed Ewo but didn't have enough control over him, it seems.
And so now, what are we going to have? We have the lasso back up, we got the swap, the Omni Slash will be a while. Looks like a good time for Monkeys to fight. Pick one off.
That is a good pickoff. They can actually take down Van. Now, the problem is they didn't have the Omni Slash, so they couldn't deal the direct damage.
He was keeping home.
He's going to be four back, and Van is just going to pop his BKB. Monkeys Forever needs to be able to slow this down, though. As soon as the BKB wears out, fortunately, that's not going to be good enough. BKB lasts long enough, he can get a blink out. Mystico is trying to split push as an Earthshaker right now, and he's doing so successfully, too.
Yeah, that was a pretty smart play by Van, too. Just, you know, obviously Lasso's down, but you have to be so wary of that Aether Lens Venge. Like, not having the vision around, you never know where Whitebeard could be lurking, just to cancel that TP, so guaranteeing himself the blink out with the BKB. That's some good stuff. And Roshan in 30 seconds, looks like it'll probably be going the way of Archon if they can scout it out, though.
Lead for Susie, gotta work towards that Ags. It's gonna be a late one, holy cow. Be like a, what, a 45-minute Ags at best?
Yeah, probably, but honestly, I don't know, like, with the way it changed, it seems like it's only good a lot earlier now. Like, the cooldown on the Hands of God, I mean, maybe it's just because the Guardian Aura never, or the Granite Aura, rather, never really gets bad, so that's a good enough reason in itself to grab the eggs. That cooldown was ridiculous, let's be honest. It was just way too good. So, Roshan's up. I don't think either team's actually spotted it yet. Moon will probably throw a ward in there soon. Maybe they waved it when I wasn't looking, I'm not sure. But they're going in now with Ewo. That Radiance, that's not going to finish the pipe. That's definitely an interesting choice. But it is good for that high ground that, you know, they're kind of lacking. Plus, you never really want to buy an MKB on Jo. You know, wanting like your Abyssal or something. Just more standoff Roshan Dota, man.
Fight this Roshan? Did they force it here? Top
I mean, you've got the
pushing out for
bat.
them. This seems pretty good. I mean, get some damage on the tier 2. Like, take that tier 2 with the creeps, and then see what happens. If EWolves still do not try and defend,
Are they both rapping?
Radiant's
Guess
top
so.
tower has fallen.
around the Rosie. One with smoke, the other with gem. They're gonna
Oh,
make their
this is so
initiation.
good.
The Omni Slash goes around. No! Oh, it's so hard to get a Murata. They still get Mystico though, and they will be able to pull him back, but they're not gonna be able to kill him fast enough, or maybe they will. Missile goes laid down. Juggernaut is out. They're leaving this one.
Holy shit, Smash's blink. That was like the fastest blink I've ever seen watching Dota. Did you see that? That was insane. That was like Monkeys blinked on top of him and instantly Smash was just boom, just gone. It wasn't even a double tap blink. It was like off to the side blink. I just don't even understand how that just happened. That was some 8K Dota blinks right there.
You must play with Arcast.
Oh yeah, like there's no way that wasn't like quick cast or something, because that was like way too fast.
Yeah. But Roshan's still not going to go the way of EWolves. They can arrow Roshan to their heart's content, but they still cannot take it. At least they'll get the opportunity to push back some of these lanes, which was part of the reason that Archon were in a good position before.
Jeez, and Monkey's like, he had this nice little grace period where his blinks and his lassos have been really good. Like, it's hard enough up against an Earthshaker as well as a Zeus to try and get these off. Mostly, obviously, focusing on Mystico. But now with that Radiance up, it's just one more thing he has to worry about. It's just these constant fields of, like, I can't walk here, I can't walk over here, I have to watch out. He has to, like, wiggle his way in. And on top of all that, you still have to find that perfect blink, that perfect lasso. It's a lot of pressure on him right now. He needs a BKB. There's that sight finally.
See if this scythe makes a difference, because this definitely does grant them the opportunity to just be able to blow up the Juggernaut. Or if they're fast enough, counter the Batrider when he makes his attempted initiation, right? They now have both the quick reaction of Scythe as well as Imprisonment. That can completely negate Monkey's Forever's initiation if it's... obviously, he can't do it right in the face of EWolves anymore. He has to find that one hero that's really just off the mark, and Masoku would be the ideal right now. Too bad he wasn't Fireflied, otherwise he could have seen that ward, potentially seen the Mirana as well, but it happened.
Yeah, they need that BKB. So at least he's really close. I'm sure that'll be his next item. There's like no other option here, but it's not gonna be soon enough.
Oh god, the sight's so dangerous! Arrow comes in, they'll get Susie instead. Monkeys gets out, but Archon, they have something else. Like, Mystico looks like he was kind of gone on, but they couldn't get their full initiation. Now the Moonlight Shadow goes out, and Archon are in full retreat now. Roshan, is this finally a Roshan for EWolves?
I don't know. They can smoke up and get there in time, but it looks like with the creep that far in, it should just be dead. No Batrider plays coming out here. I think. Yeah, that's it. We're good, guys. The rest of the game has now come back alive. So now going to the high ground. Again, it's on Monkeys. Oh, and he's got the Ogre Club. He's a ways away. He's still like 700 gold away from the BKB. He will not have...
Is Jail building Scotty? Or is it... Yeah, it is. Okay, he's got the overbound. I was like, because, you know, he does have a lot of issues with this Scythe. I thought, you know, maybe, just maybe he'd consider Lincoln's. That feels like too much of a stopgap item, you know? You're going to fill up your inventory with too much trash, essentially.
Yes.
It is 44 minutes in the game. You got to start thinking about the late game.
It's definitely an interesting item pickup. It's not the usual thing you'd be expecting, like so many Abyssal Blades considered so core on the hero, but just feeling like he can't quite get it, maybe won't be enough on top of Evo in the first place, so just try and tank up and do as much damage as he can while he's alive.
Ben's being brought a bit low. Obviously, he still has...
Ooh.
Okay, there goes the BKB now. That is actually big, because he won't have the BKB for life number 2.
Oh,
They're
he's
trying to
dead.
pick up and stop the split push. They get Evo in the process, and Jail's still going to be able to almost get the melee racks. He doesn't want to make that kind of commitment, but perhaps he's already gone in too far. Healing ward, and backs away. He will survive. It seems like it. Mystico still wants to stop him. Not quite the blink there, friend.
Okay, it might have just been his death, honestly.
And Ben's still being chased down, apparently. Monkeys is trying to catch him. Moonlight Shadow, turn around here. EWolves gonna try and fight it out. Gonna go for the quick pick off on Whitebeard. Monkeys, is he gonna do anything about this? Ooh, the Shiva's hit him as well as the Zeus ultimate. That's gonna slow him down. BKB being popped. Can't afford to lose this gem, so better safe than sorry. But EWolves, can they go high ground without Evo though? I mean, they're being split pushed, but JO's not in a good position if EWolves want to go high ground. But they've been going high ground without a bristleback. That doesn't make much sense. And I can't believe, what the hell was that buyback?
I don't know, are they going to try and like smoke up before the bristles with them? But this is so obviously telegraphed.
Pretty sure Whitebeard just like jumped the gun on the push. Like I'm thinking he was like scared that EWolves were actually going to push high ground, but for me it was like a 75-25. It's 75 that they weren't going to push high ground just because Evo is such an essential factor.
Yeah, that was definitely because he only had what, like 20 seconds left. Pretty sure that's all it was.
Yeah.
I don't know. That was unusual. I mean, I've misclicked the buyback before. All right. And so the Evo, did he buy anything, or is he just bought his bots is all? And now we have that Lotus Orb down here for your Mirana. So solid little item here. So good up against Juggernaut. If you manage to like time it at that perfect moment, like usually it is pretty telegraphed who he's gonna Omni Slash. So if you're anywhere within that range, you can make a cute little play here from Masoku, especially with his Force Staff too. Or rather from Mystico.
Zeus ultimate, a little bit of scouting there on Archon. Archon playing it, because normally the Zeus ultimate is going to be paired up with the smoke play. So they're like, oh crap. They all start backing themselves away at first, but leave.
Okay, I thought I was crazy, but Masoku's building one too. So Mystico and Masoku are going to be building Lotus Orbs, which makes sense against Batrider, and Venge, and Jug. Man, this is a good Lotus Orb game.
Yeah, Lasso and Swap are both like one of those funny abilities against Lotus Orb, just because it's like nothing happens in a way. The swap to swap.
Yeah, it's one of those.
So you're both kind of sitting there.
The punch hook one's a weird one. You like kind of change places, but then you
Wait,
don't.
You can, what? Do it a punch hook?
Is that what it is? Or maybe I'm thinking of Rubik. Oh, I'm thinking of a Rubik hooking a punch. I was like, I know I've seen the interaction before.
Like, what the hell?
No. It's the dual punch. The dual punch and Rubik hook. But yeah, the swap where you end up back in the same spot. Obviously, when you both get lasso, it's pretty comical.
Alright, really good drag. That imprisonment.
God. Of all the times that I hate
really
through.
saved EWO. They're already back to the tier 4 tower. Now, this could have forced EWolves to move forward. Now, the question is whether or not EWolves going to be able to survive. He still has the cheese, but he has so much sticky napalm stacks on him, and he's so slowed down, being kited around. EWolves can't really go into that fight. They may just have leave EWO to die. They do get the Force Staff as well as the Lotus Orb, so it looks like he's good. It's Archon, that was a gigantic win there. The fact they managed to just force that out, took away the cheese, forced out BKBs. EWolves, I'm not sure if they're going to be real confident about pushing high ground again, because by the time they do, with BKBs back up, Aegis is gone and Lasso's back up.
Yeah, had that been, I think, 30 seconds sooner, Van would have just jumped in, honestly. Like, having the Aegis, like, just jump in right on top of EWO, right as he's about to come out aside the Astral, and just go to town. Try and get as much damage as you can. And that could have been a game-winning fight, but the timing of the Aegis just not quite right for them. Oh, which means our game will once again revolve around the spinning golden clock as to who will get it, and we'll see if Archon can actually pass the river with it in their grasp.
John's on. Go ahead and have yourselves a good 3-minute bathroom break. Come back. Find out when Roshan spawns and when our next clash is going to be. When our next like weird Cold War-esque standoff into a small skirmish, which finally determines who gets Roshan.
Yeah, well,
we've had fights around the Roshan pit, but most of the time they've led with like at least like 3 minutes of a Cold War, like both teams staring at each other, daring the other one to make the first move.
Yeah, it's not like teams are waiting on Roshan to spawn to actually fight him. It's like waiting on Roshan to spawn so that we can both posture around him for 5 minutes, and then, you know, one person goes to split push and you lose a tower, and then we take Roshan.
Essentially, right now, Roshan is Cuba. And that's the missile crisis right there. That's the closest you get to the all-out war happening between Archon and EWolves.
Alright, Jo just TP'd back to the mid lane. He's under a ward. He's going to walk back. They are going to know. There's like no way they don't know a smoke's about to come. Like, look where he's standing. They have that nice little ward to spot him out. And look, he just runs back over here. I wonder what they're doing, guys. There's the ping out from the Mirana.
Gotta disappear for a little while. Honestly, I don't think they should be smoking though. They should just be pushing out with the gem. I mean, gem is, in a way, a functioning smoke, right? Especially on a hero like Batrider or Night Stalker. You just run around, you clear through vision first, then you know. Your enemy will never know where you're at.
Yeah, they held off on it too, just because bottom lane was pushing in too hard. So definitely ends up being the play. EWolves would have been very wary of it, and they do. You know, they have a gem on both sides now, so warning obviously becomes a little bit difficult.
Yeah, it was already difficult for Archon all game against Smash's Zoo. Has an Octarine. Other items. Butterfly for Jo. Susie, is he close at all to the Ags? He is, if he wants to make the committal, which is probably worth it for a Chen. I mean, I'm not sure if the Chen buyback's going to be strong for you.
No, Chen generally not, honestly. Assuming you at least get off the hand of God, so.
Still need, what, Octarine for Venomancer plus Refresher? Honestly, this hero has a lot of scaling. Same goes with Zeus, ever since these change-ups to items like Octarine being added.
Yeah, I think Octarine's probably, like, Spellcasters just kind of became a whole different beast. Like, it's part of what brings them back to actually being functional in the late game. It's not just like BKB, you know, ever since BKB kind of got nerfed and changed and reworked several times, and then the addition of all these items, you can go for Octarine Core, you can go for, like, Bloodstone. We've seen on a couple of heroes, like, I didn't used to get it. You just last longer in games as these heroes than you typically used to. So, Octarine Core always going to be nice on the Venomancer, though, with that cooldown of the Poison Nova.
All right. Moonlight Shadow into the positioning on the side. This smoke's going to be an awkward pop here. They jump forward, they grab the Soko, but immediately the counter. Monkey's Forever's gone. Whitebeard's going to be following him to the grave soon as Van takes him out with the ultimate. 2 down. Neither one has buybacks. EWolves find their opportunity to strike here in game number 2 and potentially end this thing.
God, he's 50 gold from buyback. That is brutal.
Oh,
Dire's
Bat Rider?
bottom tower is under
Yeah.
attack.
Yeah. He's down slowly but surely. 35. It's not going to be fast enough. Mid lane Rax is definitely
Dire's
gone.
middle barracks are under attack.
Have to try for the buyback here on Rax number 2. Jayo's already pushing out. He's got the boots of travel ready.
Dire's middle barracks has fallen.
Funny thing is, if Archon buy back and win this fight, then Roshan's theirs, and the whole entire thing turns around. Moo jumps forward with BKB, pops the ultimate, and EWolves are going to be forced back just like that. The buyback was used, so they have to catch something here. They cannot afford to let EWolves skate on this one. They will be able to grab Van. That's going to be a guaranteed kill. They want more though. Let's see if they can actually get Ewo. That'll be another big pickup. Meanwhile, on the top lane, they are going to lose their melee racks. Jayo's going to town on that one. Monkeys, he's jumped forward. He's got Masoku. Ewo's going to try and turn this around though, knowing that Firefly is now down from Monkeys Forever. They might be able to get this kill with the gem. The send back. Monkeys, one step ahead, will get away ahead of the Quills. Meanwhile, Jayo's backed himself away. They're trying to kite Ewo. There's a buyback on Masoku, but he's TPing into the mid lane. It looks like he thinks Ewo desperately needs help, but he's probably right. He's going to be slowed down constantly by Moo. There's not going to be easy escape for him. He TP's away. They have no Flame Break lands just in time. Ewo goes down. And EWolves, Masoku's landed the arrow. Whitebeard just pinging this one out like crazy. He's like, all right, let's do this. Masoku's going to go down. Jayo gets him with the Omni Slash. More buybacks coming out from EWolves. And as we said, Archon will take control of the Roshan pit because of that.
All right, so you kind of commit everything to the mid lane. You get yourself a set of racks. Great, good stuff. But that buyback flies out. Jayo manages to snag up the melee racks for his own. And now Roshan, I don't even know who's winning at this point, honestly.
I'm pretty sure it's Archon. I'm like 90% certain that Archon are now ahead in the game. Because you lost mid lane racks. Who really cares? You even a game out entirely by all those buybacks being... Like, if it was just catch into Roshan, you could say the game is still even or even favored to EWolves. But the fact that they blew so many buybacks in a fight that they couldn't actually take, that was Ewo buying back as well as Masoku, like, those are big-ticket heroes. If they actually somehow manage to kill Ewo a second time in the next 6 minutes, the game is practically done for.
All right, well, we kind of played the waiting game here with the Aegis. I'm not sure, like, now the situation obviously flips around. You have to try and go high ground as a team, is Archon, if they are, in fact, going to be able to actually push these waves out, try and establish some sort of control for themselves, and it won't just be Jayo anymore. Like, he's not just going to be split pushing, they'll have to actually be facing the full wrath here. So now you might actually see a chance for Mystico to shine, because when you're in this offensive posture, you don't really see the same plays from an Earthshaker. Like, definitely more of a defensive hero, more of the like waiting for that perfect moment to strike when you're in the high ground. And because of the way they've been playing this whole game, it might end up being something that Archon aren't really expecting. You know what I mean? Like, you kind of play the whole game thinking around it when you're in the opposite situation of like you get dumpstered by it once, but we haven't seen that at all yet this game.
Ultimate goes out. They're searching for Archon's positioning. And I'm surprised Archon are sitting outside of their base right now, knowing that EWolves are very likely looking for that initiation. Especially with the way they're slightly spread. I think the better play is like 4 sitting inside their base and Jayo pushing out. I like what he's doing right now. He's farming away the neutrals right now, sitting off map, but he's going to show himself as soon as he sees the opportunity to continue this push at top lane. Ewo's going to TP up the top, which I think is now Archon's opportunity to push forward as a team and see if they can get their pick off that ultimately allows them to be able to hold the game.
Yeah, Jared's been doing a really good job of this too. Like being able to use just the fact that he is the spin. Like they don't have anything that pierces BKB, so he feels really safe going around the map doing this, being able to just spin TP out if necessary, and without going for like the Abyssal Blade on Ewo, obviously because Octane Core is, I would say, the superior item. it's still just gonna keep giving you that option. There really is nothing they can do up against him, and he hasn't been punished. I don't think he's been punished yet for it, has he? Like every time he's gotten away.
It's hard for this team to punish him. It's all pretty much on Mystico and Masoku to work together, because I don't think the stun of Earthshaker, like his combination is a really long duration. If you chain it out pretty well, it's like what, 1.5, 3 seconds, and then another. So it's close to 5 seconds. It's pretty damn close to 5 seconds in total. You can chain stun the Juggernaut, but I don't think that's quite enough, especially with the way that Jo built kind of tanky with his whole Scotty build, and Manta as well, I guess. So they kind of need to get that combination into the arrow if they ever have hopes of killing Jo. 4-man smoke up to the top lane. Pretty sure EWolves know that Archon are searching for him, and yeah, Monkeys Forever is not going to be able to make the kind of initiation he hoped. He's immediately going to be Scythe of Iced up. Stun from the Fissure. Good 4-staff save though. Will stay ahead of the arrow. He can still make his jump here. Looks like Masoku may be the target. He's obviously the closest one. Oh, Lotus Orb goes out. Monkeys canceling his lasso. Still have some heroes on the side though. This is very awkward. It seems almost like EWolves. But that kind of positioning on the side, I thought they were going to try and sandwich back on in. That could have been disastrous if Archon just moved left and caught those two.
Yeah, it was a little bit awkward there, but it's okay. You know, they get out, but you know, you're actually seeing Archon advance. I mean, I don't remember the last time we saw them, you know, roaming around the map that much. They've been so busy dealing with these waves, but obviously with 1 Rax each, and now, well, a smoke up here from EWolves. Van will reveal himself here, but they are a little bit split here on Archon if they happen to go north, but it won't be the case. Oh, Moo though.
Moo blinks himself away just in time. Ooh, that was a close one. He still has cheese and BKB. Actually pops the BKB. They've caught Van. Moo's gonna pop the ultimate for Van. They know this is a big time kill if they can get it. Now they've taken out the big boy. They're gonna get a little bit more. Mystico jumps in, managed to get a pretty good Echo Slam that brings J down to about half HP, but it just pops the healing ward and still goes at it. EWolves on the front line, needs to deal with that healing ward, gets it too. He's gonna deal with Moo first before going for Jo, but Jo's dancing himself around, slowing down EWO with that Scotty and spin combination. Jo's can't really fight this one. EWolves with a DD. And they just gotta slow him down with the sticky napalm as much as possible, but at the same time, we have this sticky icky that's being put on Monkeys Forever that looks like EWO might be able to catch up. No, he knows he's getting kited too much. He's got to TP his way up, and the flame break stops it. So it's left to only fighting now as the sticky napalm just keeps racking itself up further and further. Monkeys Forever knows that with this many stacks, 9, they can finally take down EWO. Holy cow, he's down for 2 minutes. And EWolves have to all in on some buybacks. This is going to be them. They might be able to last long enough to keep these buybacks here before Archon actually get to the main base, but this is most definitely going to be one of those 4 versus 5s with buyback scenarios.
I mean, it's just so hard for your Bristleback to get anything done there. Like, you've got these Plague Wards flying up around. They're so good at kiting him in between all the heroes they have. Moo, he actually dropped so low during that fight. He dropped to 74 HP before he popped that cheese. That was, like, crazy risky up against the Quill Sprays, but it ends up working out, obviously. Like, baited them in pretty deep there towards the rest of the Archon squad there and allowing them to easily clean him out from there. So with his buyback here still cooling down, it's up now, but it doesn't look like it'll be required from the Bristle.
Yeah, I actually didn't realize it, but that 6 minutes was getting pretty close to a lap. So at first I thought Archon were playing this really safe and cool. Oh, the Lotus Orb comes into play, but they still folding Van, and that's important for Jo to be able to get here. He just rips through Van nice and quick. There's no turnaround play. EWolves, they're going to lose Masoku as well. Here comes the buyback, as this tier 2 is definitely going to go down, and I think they're going to have to fight over the mid laner Brax, but they're going to have to do so without their Mirana. Swap in. Smash, that's a big one. The buybacks start coming out. Mystical lays out an Echo Slam. It doesn't really land on too much, though. And Whitebeard's trying to get out, but Van drops the ultimate in order to take him out, plus Monkeys Forever. And that'll be the gem.
They need more, though. So many buybacks.
Yeah, but it doesn't look like they're going to be able to get it. Everyone else from Archon gets themselves away. So where are we? Buybacks are used. And that's a big advantage for the next 6 minutes for Archon, but at the same time, it's going to come down to Roshan, it seems.
I feel like this game's just completely like still on the knife's edge because we haven't seen the full potential from either team really used. Like that time it ends up being a lasso that gets nicely canceled out there by the Lotus Orb thrown down by, I believe it was Masoku that chopped him on top just before the initiation happened. But then like we haven't seen this refresher play from Van, right? Like every time he died twice, bought back, had to use the refresher just to be able to make some sort of a play there, but we haven't had the actual double Sandy's Eclipse. And if that actually comes out, it's just 5 men, wipe from Archon. If you can get this good positioning here, as well as like coming up with Smash, with the Echo Slam, there's plenty of control that should allow Van some sort of situation where he can get something. Oh, he just BKB'd.
That is... Hey, real quick, what happens if you Lotus Orb and Lotus Orb? If you say, just a simple one, you do Magic Missile, a hero that has Lotus Orb. But then you put Lotus Orb on yourself before the Magic Missile bounces back and hits you. Does it bounce right back to that hero again?
Yes. I believe that is the case.
So what happens if we have multiple Lotus Orbs?
It's like a ping pong, basically.
So then someone else is like, all right, reapply Lotus Orb onto that one. I feel like there's got to be some sort of limitation, right?
I mean, just the cooldowns of the Lotus Orb, though, wouldn't it?
But that's the thing. Like, Lotus Orb soaks up. It's not just one spell, right? It lasts a duration.
Yeah, so like once it... I know what you mean, like it'll just...
One Lotus Orb casted can only bounce back one thing of a spell, right?
That's
Because otherwise
okay.
you just have 2 heroes, like if they're close proximity with double Lotus Orbs, it's just like the homing missile, or the magic missile will just bounce back and forth the whole entire time. Be like some insane version of the Lich ulti.
Oh, they're gonna know that they made detection. They're on the ward.
Beard's not able to get the swap. They take out the ward. Monkeys forever still get. Oh no! Imprisonment
but
out.
M-Dot came in.
Oh god, the obvious last Lotus Orb! Oh my god, that's Inner Seeker bouncing around, gets off the Echo Slam. The turnaround perhaps starts. The illusions do block out the arrow. That was a big one. Susie is gonna go down, and Archon now have to retreat, having used both their big time ultimates for no kill.
Alright, so now we have Refresher back up. It's 40 seconds before the BKB is going to be up here for Van, and that means you're going to have BKB, Scythe, Shivas, Refresher. You should... Well, you saw these pushing lanes out from Jayo, though. And he's kind of controlling what they actually can achieve here on the side of EWolves, because the only thing that's actually pushed in is mid, and I don't think they're going for Throne.
Roshan's not even up, so it's not like they can back up, defend, and do Roshan. A play like that. Because Roche isn't going to be up until Chen's up. And probably more importantly than the Chen, the not quite Omni Slash, but at the very least the lasso.
Well, Emo just needs like his mana style here. And then he can, be our Octarine, Radiance, Manta style, Boots of Travel hero around the map. So start adding
never completed the fight. You think that's the right play?
Generation.
I don't even know if it matters at this point up against the... Yeah. I feel like he just needs a BKB, honestly. Like, just buy that, or buy an Abyssal Blade. One of the two.
What about Scotty?
Wouldn't be that bad. Help control. I'm thinking just, like,
Or
cancel the damn spin.
Or AC? There's the AC. That one. So many... He's going to have to sell that Hooded Defiance for one of the other items we listed. There's so many items that he needs. He also has to sell Crimson Guard, I'm pretty sure. That's no longer a real effective item.
No, he's only like getting the HP bonus at this point. Oh my god, what a game. It's almost an Octarine core over on Moon. In fact, he's about 1,500 gold from buying it with buyback. And Roshan, it is up. There is a Venom ward in the vicinity, but they are not. Monkeys, no pressure, man, but what's he got now? It is the 5-second BKB, so life's still a little bit hard for him, especially on Masoku. Nice ward, but get warded immediately.
Roshan is a no-go. Archon have streamlined straight into the pit. And EWolves I mean, they're actually, they could be giving this up. They don't know it. But they don't have any vision, both inside or around the pit. It was entirely possible that Archon just could have gone straight into the pit and done rush them.
Oh, top
God,
lane.
Jayo's dead! They're gonna pop him with the ultimate. That was refresher use. EWolves set the trap up in the top lane. And maybe they should be able to
Oh,
push
this
the
is
buyback.
yeah, this is tough. Like, do you buy back for Roshan? I feel like that's a pretty tough call here.
I don't
know
think
if you do.
This late into the game, it feels like because you have to drop one of your items, right, for Aegis or Cheese.
Yeah.
But again, they're probably going to be able to take Roshan and still push in, forcing you to buy back anyway. So isn't it better to buy back now?
Oh, Monkey's is trying to do something here.
All right, the boots of travel on to Monkeys Forever. He's not going to be fast enough, though. Oh, he is! Yeah,
Oh, look at that!
Fast, long range. They're going to try and pop him down. Jo goes for it. He actually puts him up on the cliff. Turnaround, Omni Slash on to Mitsuko. Now with Moon with the great ultimate. The Echo Slam gets laid out, but Jo, he's already popped the BKB. He just doesn't have the goddamn vision. Van's getting away. They're letting him sneak out. Where's the counter vision? He's laying into Ewo now. Quills or no quills, they be damned. On the left-hand side, Smash will finally die. As, oh my god, he's getting so much Octarine damage. He finally goes down. He almost killed someone with that. They get away on Ewo, though, who's now up to the top lane to split push. Tier 4s are under siege by creeps. And again, after the 20th goddamn what should be a definitive fight, I still don't know where we are in this game. I don't know. I don't think Archon actually are ahead here. Masoku? What the hell? They don't have gem. Where was the... Did he just pick up gem?
Yeah, he just stole it.
Oh my god. It was just left out on the ground while Whitebeard was coming for it, huh? Alright.
Oh.
Bounce back. Missile. They have the swap. That goes nowhere. Lotus Orb. Lasting real long. Leap away.
This is cloudy.
It's a goddamn hunt for the Mirana, but they've got this push at the top lane they've got to deal with eventually. I think they have to give up on this. Top lane, Ewo being pulled back.
I mean, there's no jug.
He can't TP away. He does not have a BKB, so this is not that simple. Van's waiting for his opportunity, though. He's going to come in with the Shiva. He doesn't have his ultimate. He's just going to right-click down move. That's a start. 15 seconds till his ult is back up. Ewo's left at half HP. They're still trying to slow him down.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
But JO's not coming, so it looks like they're not actually going to fight this one. They seem to be on two different pages, though. What's the point of sticking around if JO's not making its way up here?
Well, he's coming now.
8 sticky napalm charges. JO's got Omni Slash. They need some vision, though.
They don't have it.
They don't have it. There's no vision to be able to stop this Moonlight Shadow. Van's fighting it up. BKB used, but he gets on the creeps. No! They're not going to be able to lock down Van. Now the healing ward is dropped. Ewo's going to be the target as Jail's trying to eat through him. He's got the Aegis. He's willing to fight this one out. Ewo finally gets the Lotus Orb to be able to save. Punch the Eagle Slam. Ewo turns around. No, he's actually just going to keep on running back. The Flame Break misses. Ewo's trying to taunt Archon and to continue to fight this one out. Jail's being controlled up. Goes for the spin. T being away, but will be able to get out. There's no response from EWolves to be able to stop him. And they still are not going to be able to push high ground right away. There is going to be buybacks, but they're still going to be fighting into an Aegis juggernaut. I'm not sure if it's worth trying to port the support buybacks, or support plus a core, into a potential disastrous fight that involves an extra life on Jaya.
At this rate, I think you just want to make sure you have every single tool available for you on the side of EWolves. You want double Sandy's Eclipse. Like, you just had to burn one of them, so wait the 100 seconds, get that up and running, wait till you Thunder God's Wrath. Gonna need your Echo Slam in a minute as well. That E-Blade, obviously, gonna be playing a pretty big factor. Like, if they can get that on top, maybe after BKB, JO's actually ditched it here in favor of the Aegis as well.
Well, that would be a tribute.
Could be some quick courier micro on his part.
I can't believe Earthshaker was able to afford that Ethereal Blade. That was like, what, 5 minutes ago or something? He picked it up. I don't think we really talked about it too much.
No, it's just
fighting. But
I mean, it's 70 minutes in. Kind of hard to believe. This has got to be the weirdest series in the history of Dota, honestly. Like, after that first game and now this, these games have just been so weird.
Initiating in, so is Whitebeard though. They're gonna blow up Whitebeard. They've got him dead to rights, and Monkeys Forever can't really initiate. The Lotus Orb lasts more than long enough. Longer than his BKB. Oh, and the arrow snaps him. Uh-oh.
They have a force staff? They do. They have one of them on it.
Force staff him deeper in. They're going to be able to try and blow him up. And no, they get him. Smash. He gets him with a long-range arc lightning. Now here comes the buybacks from Archon. EWO on the front line, being right-clicked down slowly but surely by EWO. Now they're going to be grabbed up by the lasso as well. He's taken too far away from Jo, but finally they get it. Moo gets a good initiation onto 3. That's a buyback from Jo as well. Van's going to be caught on the slash, down easily. But are they still going to be able to fight this one out? Moo almost going down, saved by the Chen heal. EWolves are on a full retreat now, but Smash is definitely going to be caught. EWO's come back with life number 2. They seem to be on 2 different pages though, because they haven't bought back on the OD. EWO's full in here, but if he gets caught, that could be the end of the game. They've got 90 seconds on the Zeus with no buyback, 90 seconds with buyback on the OD. And EWO's being hit by, slowly but surely, by the sticky napalm.
Unlucky, he's trying to time it right with
They've
this.
actually got ahead of him. Moo's going to be able to slow him down. TP out. Flamebreak's going to be able to stop that one. EWO, he's caught. Unless there's some sort of mass buyback in TP in, EWO's dead.
This was so strange. Like, what? Like, I'm still surprised they didn't buy back on the OD. If you're going to commit this from your bristleback.
I mean, I'm pretty sure Van's sitting there going, why the hell did you buy back in the first place? And why would you TP in?
Dire's top tower is under attack.
But you're right. I mean, if that sort of committal is already there.
Yeah, I mean, you have to.
Yeah. You can't
I don't know.
Two heroes down with no buyback.
They're going to have double sanities at the very least. But what can they even do at this point?
They got to get some heavy right-click time in for this OD, so he can drop,
Radiant's
you know,
bottom barracks
he
are
can
under
gain a
attack.
lot of intelligence and double drop those sanities eclipses to win this game.
Radiant's bottom barracks.
Because as it is, it's not looking great, and the longer they wait, the worse this looks actually, because the Omni Slash is coming out for Juggernaut. And OD does not have enough HP to be able to deal with that.
Look at this Frenzy plus Moon Shard as well. Frenzy giving 75 attack speed. Definitely one of the more underrated creep abilities.
There, land, swap back out. Initiation now from Monkey.
Hold on,
He's gonna be able to grab both of them. Pulls them both in. The Ethereal Blade goes down from Mystico. He has the Echo Slam ready to go. They're waiting on the... There's not gonna be a buyback from the OD. He lets it go naturally. Masoku comes back in. And Jo stays on the front lines. They want to be able to take Mega Creeps. EWolves hold on by a single thread with just range creeps left. Gonna go for Whitebeard first, almost getting him. Good force down to the side. Moo managed to get off his ultimate before he's gonna die. No, he gets off the BKB too. Now Van's gonna be forced into a pressure of his own side.
Jo?
He blows up Jo. 2 minutes on the clock. No buyback there. EWolves hold.
It's off cooldown now. He's got buyback.
All right, he's got buyback now.
It's only 3 seconds. Ah, this game.
I mean, Archon should not be turning around, I'm pretty sure. I don't know. The buyback comes out from the Juggernaut. He's going to TP onto Whitebeard.
Invisibility.
But
They have a
Elite
swap,
Wolves
but-
know that, and now it's back to Archon being on top. They've got to play high ground once again with just the range packs left. I'm pretty sure Elite Wolves, if push comes to shove, you may just have to battle out against Mega Creeps in a situation that's fighting's not favorable. Because this is one of those crazy games where Mega Creeps may not mean that much, because it's late enough in the game that they can deal with Mega Creeps. Plus, it's all about the buybacks right now, which Jo has just expended. They have to find their opportunity to kill Jo.
Yeah, Jared's sitting at 749. He's sitting at 10 CS per minute, which is pretty crazy for 75. Considering how much fighting's also been going on, he's doing a really good job of split pushing the map. And honestly, that's why they're up. This full set of racks, and there's only one more to go before the Megas. And finally, he's just going to buy with that Abyssal and say, it is time. Like, this is the item. If you bring down Smash once more, you bring down that OD, that's what's going to close this game out.
Do you get the Blink Dagger anywhere in this build?
He had it.
Oh, maybe the Battle Fury. For the Blink Daggers, you can jump in and Abyssal Blade him.
Did he sell it? I mean,
he sold it.
obviously he stashed it for the ages earlier, but yeah, he has sold it.
So he's completely given up on that one. But what the hell is what is it?
I like it better than Scotty, honestly. What?
This cheese on Courier. How long has this had this? And I don't know. I mean, one single. I'm not sure if they like stole cheese at some point in time.
I'm not sure.
It's gonna take it.
I don't know if they're like, yeah, because they don't want to stack it, maybe. on Evo. Like, they don't want it to end up being stacked up so that they can actually split it onto somebody.
Yeah.
Van definitely seems like the taker here, but maybe there's just not enough slots for it.
Yeah. They think the Blink Dagger is better than Cheese at this point. Roshan, it's been in the name of the game this whole entire game too for Archon and EWolves, and it seems fitting that this series, or this game 2 at least, is probably going to end on a Roshan as well. It's up in 40 seconds. And this will probably point the this will probably be the crux, the something that actually forces these two teams to fight. I'm losing my words.
The catalyst?
Yes, the catalyst. Thanks to you. I know there's a C word in there somewhere.
Yeah, I got you, man. It's 77 minutes in. This is when you start to lose it. Moo's just running around the base, throwing down banana taunts. Look, he's just circling Whitebeard. Like, I just want this game to end. This poor stand-in.
I don't care if I go to Manila. I'm already going there I'm already going to Shanghai.
It's fine, guys. Look at my banana taunts. They're just worried about some sort of a smoke play possibly coming out, but they're all hanging out bottom lane. I don't know. Both teams honestly just waiting for this final clash.
Where's the rapier?
I guess we just don't have those rapier heroes, you know?
Yeah, you really
It's true. You lose a lot of excitement, though. You know, we don't have any Embers. We don't have any, like, TAs or something.
The only hero is really Juggernaut, but that's even questionable.
Alright, I feel like this is where you mass force staffs on Archon. Like, I would even consider getting one on top of, like, Moo. Like, selling the Blink Dagger, getting the force staff, and just rely on monkeys with that lasso to just, like, force staff. Like, there should be a force staff on the Chen, too. Like, seriously, I think that's actually the play.
He just gets turned into a piggy, but you just push him all the way. You just push him over the finish line.
Yeah,
Go,
no, you just, like,
go.
bring him back to the fountain, basically.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's the play.
Man, that Ags is pretty crazy. If he gets like a refresher, is it possible to lasso up 4 people at once?
Yeah,
It is.
it's
Imagine
like
that, like 4 out of 5 members of the team.
it's a lot easier with Aether Lens too, because the way that like the targeting works, that you could actually theoretically intentionally do it so that you got 4 people, not rely on like almost RNG in a sense. But the Aether Lens allows you to do that. No surprise, EWolves are able to claim up that Roshan. Archon obviously not willing to leave their base, not willing to risk anything here. Here we go. Could it be happening?
It's just definitely all favorable for EWolves right now.
Oh yeah,
They've
there's
got-
nothing here.
Got Cheese on Evo. They've got Aegis on Smash. They've got another Cheese on Mystico. Can pass it over at any point in time. They have buybacks. Most importantly, the OD right now, but as well as the Zeus and Evo actually. If they push in the next minute, I mean, I think that's their ideal timing, right? It's before the Juggernaut has his buyback again. Even if it means at the cost of your own supports not having their buyback if they die, that's completely acceptable in my.
Yeah, honestly, it's just it's pretty much just like MGod. He just needs to set this thing up, man. He's their initiator. He might be the support player. Masoko maybe with a lucky arrow, but it won't quite catch.
Monkeys, I mean, a 5-second arrow could change everything at this point in time. Monkey's gonna make his initiation. He caught 2. That's a big one. Moo gets in it with an ultimate, but I think it missed some of these heroes. Still, they have the imprisonment to be able to buy some time from Masoku to be able to leave himself out.
Wasted.
Ewo's on the front lines, but he still has that cheese. Wop back, but another Lotus Orb save. These Lotus Orbs just coming out of the woodwork here. Jump in, Van's gonna go for Moo. They know he doesn't have the ultimate. The arrow's leading on right by past Jo. Moo's gonna be able to survive, and he's gonna be sent back to base as well, but Jo may be taken out. A Force Staff comes into play. He's gonna be targeted by Ewo, but he will get back to the fountain. It seems like they've still blown up the Vengeful Spirit. And EWolves will start working on that second lane of racks. This is not the end for Archon, of course. They can get up the lane of racks without much ease, but they can't afford to be losing their tier 4 towers. So Archon are going to be forced into a fight here. Slow down, move, almost going down once again. The Onyx Slash coming into play, but it's not doing nearly enough damage, it seems. As EWolves just going to stay on the front line, start beating on the throne. Van comes forward. Monkeys Forever is going to be the target. Another good ultimate coming out from Moo, but it just doesn't seem to deal enough damage fast enough. Jail start eating through EWolves' HP. He no longer has that cheese. He might be able to get this kill, but he's dropping lower and lower. He gets Mystico, goes for smash, will be able to get him as well. Ewo, he's getting away just ever so slightly. They've taken down the OD as well. Here comes a buyback. EWolves, the throne is exposed. Jail is down for 2 minutes time. They only have the supports of Archon left. Can they battle it out against 4 of EWolves? It just doesn't seem likely. Monkeys Forever battling on an edge here. Now here comes the buyback from Jail. He has half of the throne's down to half HP. They're trying to battle out. They get the Abyssal Blade on the Van. They're trying to take it down. The man to go to work. Van's down to half HP. The throne down to a quarter HP. They take it down 2. They can take it out 3. EWolves gonna go down as well. Archon hold, and there's nothing left from EWolves. They only have the buyback on Zeus. This is gonna be Archon marching down the middle lane, and this should be it. This should be the end of the game and a victory for Archon.
So this
Masoku did just cancel that TP. Moo tried to come in there. When he got the cancel, oh my god, this game. When is the OD? So he's done. Like, no more OD this game.
They know they have to make a smoke play, right? Like, there is no way you actually stop this fighting power of Archon. So Smash is just like, YOLO, I'm pushing out the top lane, I'm going straight for throne, but I don't see a way for him to actually get it.
He bought Necro 3s, but there's no creep. Like, there's full buyback.
Yeah, maybe he can force these back and they can defend from there, but I don't know, Throne, is that 500 HP? Smash?
No!
Smash?
No!
I'll be past no! What? He's gonna be able to take it at 200 HP! The backdoor regeneration's coming into play! It's on the right-hand side, he's trying to do it desperately, he's being controlled up, the Necronomicons are going to work! Tier 4's almost down, Throne 250 HP! Smash is battling it out with 3 different heroes, now they have the TP in from Mystico as well! There's practically no HP! Mystico, it's down! 70 HP, 40 HP, 20, 10, it's down! Oh my god! EWolves take it! They take game number 2 against Archon in what must be one of the most insane goddamn games I've ever casted in my life! EWolves are going to the finals of the ESL One Manila Qualifier!
This is... I don't even know. After the first game, we got a level 1 Roshan. We get a Zeus, you know, Necro